Welcome back. As we all know, Long Island has one of the highest costs of living in this country, and yet much of the housing is aging, dating back to the post-World War II boom, and repairs are desperately needed for some of these homes, yet the owners in many cases cannot afford the repairs. Now, some more help is on the way. Joining us to explain that is Peter Elkowitz. He is the president and CEO of the Long Island Housing Partnership. Welcome to the show, Peter.
Thank you, Rich.
We know, but first off, for anybody who's learning about it for the first time, what is the Long Island Housing Partnership? What does it do?
The Long Island Housing Partnership actually assists people in getting into an affordable home and remain actually in their home as well. So if they have problems down the road with their mortgage or with their rents, they come back and contact us and we'll try to assist them as well.
Yeah, I see that you're in like a half dozen to a dozen different ways of helping people, and we'll get into that a little bit. Let's talk about the help I mentioned right at the top, though. There's some money coming from the state. Explain.
Sure. The state's been very instrumental in providing funding for housing programs over the years. Over the 30 years the partnership's been in existence. I will say this program specifically, they're giving about $800,000 to help with rehab of the aging housing stock. We're one of the oldest suburban areas with the aging housing stock after World War II. Most homes that need some repairs. I know when we purchased our first home, we had to do repairs, and basically you're broke. So this will help them have money to help fix safety and hazard issues, bring the house up to code, and basically provide them with some assistance.
And this is a continuation of a program. You received a grant several years ago like this, right?
Correct. This is a continuation of the program. It was oversubscribed then. It's oversubscribed now.
What does that mean? A lot of people want it?
A lot of people called about getting those funds. It's subsidy layered. It's one of the better programs where it helps different income limits, but it provides more or less subsidy based upon your income.
Well, let's talk about that. Who would be eligible for the money? What are the guidelines?
So the guidelines help people under 120% of the area median as defined by HUD. And so on.
So it's like the average kind of median income
for Long Island,
and up to 120% of it. Is that correct?
Right, up to 120% of that.
So if it was 50, then you'd add on 20, which would be another 10, be up to 60,000.
Well, I'll give you an example.
Right.
A family of 4 at 100% of area median is $106,200 now.
So you add 20% onto that.
So you add 20% onto that, and that goes
almost
up.
130 grand then.
Right, it can go up there, and they get some subsidy. You get additional subsidy if you're at 100% of area median, and if you're at 80, which is the lowest income,
below,
yeah,
right,
below 80% or below, you can get additional subsidy. So it ranges anywhere from $22,000 up to $37,000
that you can get.
That you can get.
That's significant money. But, you know, it's only $800,000. I mean, they're glad for it. So you're talking a couple of dozen people that could maybe be helped by this, right?
The last round, we helped about 25 people. Okay. I will say that the state, it's continuous, so every year we will put in a new application. This is, as you said, we have previous applications that we will fund it, so it will hopefully continue because I think everyone recognizes there's such a need.
Yeah, the need is far greater than a couple of dozen people, but no one's going to say no to this money that's coming from the state. Okay. Describe the kind of repairs that the money could be used for.
It's really to bring the home up to code. So if they need to make the home more accessible to a family member, that could be one. We've seen insulation, weatherization programs that people have taken advantage of to make their home more efficient. Obviously, repairs on insulation and roofing and.
I can imagine seniors would be very interested in this. Maybe they're living by themselves now. They're aging. They're still in their home. Maybe the kids went elsewhere. Can't even maybe make the repairs physically themselves. They need that kind of money to bring in a repairman. Yeah,
we have we have a lot of seniors. We learned after the hurricane that own their own home. Basically, what we would consider property rich, but cash poor, so they can't make those repairs.
Well, good segue there, because of course we're still dealing with Superstorm Sandy repairs and trying to recover from that. There are still thousands of people who do not have their homes fully repaired. Some of them still not even living in them. Your organization helps with that too, somewhat, right? Explain what you do there.
Yeah, we actually assisted a lot of families and actually a lot of seniors, as we were just mentioning. We originally, right after the storm, helped them with a heater and a hot water repair system so that As you remember, the storm hit at the end of the fall, and we were coming into winter.
Right,
it was freezing. So we helped those families, those seniors who didn't have the money to do the repairs, and we went in and actually repaired their heater systems and hot water. We also now are helping them with some of their appliances that were damaged during the storm, Sandy, and we have a washer-dryer program where we assisted with them with all private funds to try to get them new washers and dryers for their home.
And another big area for you folks, and I've seen your work on this a couple of times on stories I've done, you're helping with these loan modifications going back to the 2008 recession when people got what they call underwater with their mortgages and they fell behind and they were facing foreclosure. How do you help them there?
So we actually provide them with what we call default and foreclosure counseling. So we would assist the family, it's no cost to them, where we can help them reach out to their lender or their servicing company to try to modify their mortgage, whether it's a principal reduction, whether it's an interest rate reduction, or whether we extend the loan, the time of the loan.
Yeah, you got to be an expert to figure this stuff out. People are so confused by it. Even people in the business are confused by it. But I have only just a minute left. Do you find that I think it's called HAMP, right? HARP and HAMP. Yeah, a couple of different acronyms. Are the lenders cooperating in this and doing what they were asked to do and what they pledged they would do? Are they working with the homeowners to give them the modifications that we thought they would give them?
Well, we work through the New York State Attorney General's office, and they have been very instrumental in having what we have called escalation process, so that the lenders have been basically working with us. We see a lot of revisions to the mortgages now.
So how do we contact you if somebody wants to reach you?
So you can call the Long Island Housing Partnership at 631-435-4710, or you can go online at www.lihp.org and read all about our programs.
Nonprofit doing great work helping thousands of people on Long Island. Peter Elkowitz, President and CEO of the Long Island Housing Partnership. I think you're going to get some calls. Thanks for stopping in, sir.
Thank you.